Hey everybody, Hunter Dragoon X here, and we're gonna do another coding stream for today. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? If you guys have been following along, you know what we're working on here. If you haven't, I've been making a kind of like a clone of Vampire Survivors. I don't know if there's a name for that genre. Basically, we're gonna hit the play button here, and I didn't maximize it, so you want to look down here. That's like the play window in my current view. You can customize your view in Unity, but this is a pretty standard one. So and I got used to it. All right, so you move around. You see enemies coming up. We got a sword here. Hit them with their sword. Eventually, they'll die. They'll drop experience. We pick up the experience. Our little experience bar moves up. Let me kill a few guys here and level up. As you can see, the background isn't really made any further out than what you see there. It's just something I kind of stuck there so I could tell when I was moving, I think I want to get around these guys. Oh yeah, look, you take damage. The MP bar here isn't used for anything yet. This is a little health potion we can pick up. And yeah, let's level up here so I can show you guys. We have a level up menu where you can pick your items. We have other weapons, weapon upgrades, or things that boost your stats that go into your other six sides. So we can say, I think I want a second weapon here, and now I've got my hammer and my slash. Now, your weapons don't trigger as soon as you get them or as soon as you level them up, which I think is fine. I think making the player wait is okay. But we might change that in the future if we decide that's not a feature that we want to have. So, anyways, um, yeah, that's how it works, and that's how you do it. So, well, that's not actually how you do anything. That's just uh, how you test a game in Unity. So, anyways, I went ahead and made a little thing here to be pop-up numbers. So when your enemies get hit, they'll go just like that. Anyways, this is a prefabbed object. I don't have any coding attached to it, so it's just a text mesh using the Text Mesh Pro. So pretty much just numbers, and I think on the stream it's probably pretty small and probably pretty blurry for you guys in the game window, but up here in the editor you can probably see that just fine. Anyways, we're gonna need a script to control this bad boy. So let's see. Let me get in my hierarchy here, and this is kind of a UI thing, I think. Maybe I'll stick the script here. And if I change my mind later, too bad. So I'm gonna just call it pop up controller. Yeah, because it controls the pop up. And then yes, Visual Studio will open before the code creates itself. So we're just gonna have to wait on that. I usually just pop back out and pop back in, and then it pops right up. And these are pop-up numbers. So now I've made pop-up numbers before, and I did a lot with making variables that changed over time. But I saw somebody on YouTube using animation curves. So I think that's what we need to do, is use an animation curve, because it seemed like such a better idea, and I'll show you why in a minute here. And I'm gonna call this uh, opacity over time, because what I want to happen is I want the color to start out invisible, fade in to bright, and then fade out. So I'm gonna use a curve to control that. And so in our update function, we can say get component um, text mesh pro. Wait, I think it's text mesh dot material. Oh, you know what? What is it? Yeah, it would be a text mesh pro object. I'm still used to the old text mesh that didn't have that, so I'm like, yeah, material dot color is going to equal 1 1 1. And let's see, opacity over time dot evaluate, and time dot time, because it should, that needs a float. It should be a color but with the alpha, right? Or do I set the alpha separately? Yeah, color. Oh, I guess I just this is a little bit of a learning process for me. So let's see. Cannot modify the material color because it is not a variable. I wasn't expecting to run into an issue quite so soon. What's the property ID on this material? Yeah, I for some reason think that doesn't seem right to me. Come here, cat. All right, we'll go ahead and yeah, okay. Those are new vector 4. 1, 1, 1, and opacity over time. Oh yeah, it's dot evaluate. And that should float animation timer. I'm just gonna set it equal to 0. And then that way we have a little bit more control. Animation timer plus equals time dot delta time. So we can get that change in time between frames. All right, let's go. Pop-up controller. Probably should have called it pop-up numbers controller. So let's play with this curve here. And let's put this flat line out right now, and I'll drag one side. Well, this doesn't like snap. This is the video I seen on the internet made this look a lot easier. That's a really big hump, but I don't think it's gonna matter if it goes over 1. It should still be. So let's hit play here and see what our numbers do. Okay, that kind of flicker was weird. So maybe going over 1 wasn't a good idea. All right, let's try a curve like that. So it should start out invisible, fade in, and then fade out slowly. I think I would like it to fade in faster, and then possibly. God, I wish I could just type in these values instead of having to like do them like this. Anyways, let's go ahead, go back in our code here, and let's say public animation curve. I'm gonna do size over time. And so I kind of want the same thing, like I want it to get big, but then I want it to stay big as it floats up. So save that, and let's go. Get component, transform, dot local scale equals new vector 3. And I'm going to stick the, I'll just copy and paste this one. But I'm going to change it to size over time. And then we'll get the size over time going on the X and Y. So let's say it gets full size in about, was that like a half a second, and then it just stays that way. Let's go ahead and look at that now. Oh, that gets big way too fast, and well, it's still like partially invisible. So I think we can slow that down a bit. Let's pull that back to here. And then also okay, it's a little bit faster than I like. I'm a little surprised. So let's pull that back a little bit more and watch this play out. Okay, I kind of like that. I think I'll make the fade outs a little bit longer. All right, that's cool. That works for me. And then I think the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say get component transform local position dot y plus equals animation timer. And nah, I can't do that. I gotta edit the whole enchilada equals new vector 3. X is gonna stay right where it's at, or we're just gonna say transform dot position dot x. Why is that not working? Dot yield, no. Oh, dot position. Dot y, there we go. Plus animation timer, and then z should have been 0 from the jump, so keeping it 0 is probably not going to hurt anything. Let's see if this flies up way too fast. We can use an animation curve for the upward momentum as well. Yeah, whoa. Let's make another one where we call this height over time. Where you height over time dot evaluate. All right. Think we let it scoop up. So over time it gets faster and faster. Boom. I like that. Let's watch that one more time. Heck yeah. Okay. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling this. And we're gonna keep this just like that, and we gotta take these pop-up numbers and we're gonna make a prefabricated object out of them. I'm gonna go in and all right. Now I'm probably gonna have to make this object wider for bigger numbers, but right now I don't think we're gonna see anything above 999. So shouldn't be a problem right now. Let's go ahead and now we need something that stores the pop-up numbers and tells them when and where to pop up. So let's create an empty game management, and I'm going to call this the pop-up manager. This is going to manage all of our pop-up numbers. And so every time something gets damaged, this needs to have it needs to get called. So let's go in here, C# script, pop up manager. Unity and Visual Studio still doing their thing. And I am going to have a public pop-up manager called instance. And we're going to say public static pop-up manager, and then instance is going to equal this. And so what that does is we can just call it directly. We don't gotta like find the game object and reference the controller. We should just be able to go pop-up manager dot instance dot let's see, public void create pop up numbers. And well, the first things first is we're gonna need a string for our numbers. We're also, let's do a let's send in a color. And then we're gonna go public. Oh yeah, pop-up prefab. You know what, pop-up numbers prefab? Because I have other types of pop-ups later. But we're going to go new pop-up num equals instantiate pop-up numbers.prefab. Oh, we need a target location. So let's put in a transform target. And let's see, the new pop-up num dot get component. Oh, I just saw something. I just thought of something that is Okay, so text mesh pro dot text equals numbers. Absolutely. Now with the color, I just realized this changes the color to white with a different opacity every update. So what I think I've got to do is I should send in my RGB values to here. Or what I can do is make this equal it's going to be really verbose. Color.r. You know what? Color equals text mesh pro.color. And then what we're going to do here is I'm going to go color R, color blue, and color green. And that's going to retain whatever color it gets started out with. So now we can go new pop-up num dot get component text mesh pro dot color equals color. So if we make a yellow pop-up by calling this, it's gonna be yellow but still have that opacity animation. And then the last thing I want to do is I want to set its parent to null so that if your enemy gets destroyed because of inheritance, right? If your enemy gets destroyed and the pop-up number is still a child of it, it will also get destroyed because whatever happens to the parent happens to the child. Also, if the enemy's moving, the pop-up number shouldn't move with the enemy. The pop-up number should stay where it happened. So I think this manager is ready. And let's see here. My enemy controller on take damage. So there's a spot in here where we take care of the defense, what it does to the amount of damage. Actually, I think what I should do is say damage equals this. And then the current health minus equals the damage.